Hey guys, welcome to Operation Crypto. Today we're going to take a quick look over Vechain and have a look at some key levels that we could potentially use either as a trading point, an investment point, or a bit of an accumulation area. If you are new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed and hit that like button. So we will start off on Vechain USDT. I'm using a Binance chart. It does have predominantly most of that volume. And we will just start off mainly by looking at the daily time frame. And we've had a sell-off. I mean, it's not been horrific, but I mean, if you go back to the all-time highs back up here in when was it, back in April? That seems a long time ago now. We have done quite a substantial retracement. We got away up to 28 cent, and then from the very highs to the very lows, we have done a whopping all the way to the bottom 84% recovery, which is crazy. One reason I think that is because I think a lot of new people, especially investors who are new to crypto, are coming in and receive what Vechain can offer. It's quite like-worthy, and I think that a lot of people will buy that just due to the fact of their partnerships and what they have going on. So as I had a sell-off, a lot of the investors have been selling off, and rightly so, I suppose. A lot of people have been in back from here and look to take some major profit. But what you could say we are doing now is pretty much bouncing up or down within a range, and this is a range here at the highs. We've got a range here at the lows down at 4.5 cent. I think that was a beautiful area to load up. If you can see, it was a nice area of liquidity around here. We used it as resistance and then flipped it to support before we went and pushed on and created some all-time highs. This, you could say, is a massive distribution area where people, in my opinion, are starting to accumulate. One good thing to note that we did have a double bottom here with those two easy top bottoms, and then we started to consolidate before we did break to the upside, mainly just due to the fact that Bitcoin started to rally and recovered from that spot down here on that support at 32k, and it had started to push on. So Vechain, like the rest of the market, has followed it up. A couple of things to note: bearish EMA cross back on the 26th of November. It's been down ever since. We've been up and retested at 50 a few times, and that's what we're doing now. We're coming up to retest at 50. RSI was into that oversold territory when we did hit that 4.5 cent, and it's had a really nice push up to around mid-ground on the RSI. So we've got plenty of room to grow and plenty of room to drop if the market does allow. But yeah, looking at the current situation, what we need to do is reclaim that 50. Once we reclaim it, it is a bullish sign. Personally, if I'm ever looking to short or long a position, I look what the market is doing in terms of moving averages, and if we are below the 50, I would tend not to buy spot. I would wait till it be back above it, and vice versa. Whenever I'm looking to sell, we need to just sell it just above that 50 before it just start dropping down. But we have reclaimed the 20, which is good. We're starting to get some daily closures. We really need to start closing above 7 cent, really. I think that's that first area we need to get back above. What I would like to do first, we just put a little bit of a bearish spin on this. Go to the 4-hour lip. You can see we are starting to move up in waves now. We had several waves here on this accumulation pot, and then bang, started to push up. So what I want to do here is have a look for some buys in terms of Fibonacci levels. If you are looking to buy, we've actually already done that move that I would have suggested. Whenever I'm looking for buys and we have a move to the upside, I look for retracements to the 382 level, which has hit to an absolute T. See, double taps there. We'll get rid of the moving averages. Get rid of 15, get rid of 20. So we come down here, double tapped at 382, and we start to push on. So that buying opportunity could now be gone. But just be wary that we could come up, retest that highs at 6.9 cent, and then drop back through. So personally, if you're looking for buys, I would consider laddering some in from 6.2 cent all the way down to 5.7 cent down there. I think that's an area I would potentially put 1 to 2 to 3 orders in. Maybe ladder them in at different intervals all the way down to there. And why not even down to 786 level at 5.4 cent. There's no harm in having a few levels down there. On the 4-hour time frame, you could see we hit this point here. And when we did, the RSI was overbought. So that means that the price is more than likely to reject, and that's exactly what it did. It rejected, come back down, and it then picked up orders and liquidity at 6.2 cents. So that would have been the area you should have been looking to buy if you've been looking down on a 4-hour time frame. Personally, as an investor, I don't really go any lower on the 4-hour unless we're going to be doing a trading. So 4-hour woods, I mean, you really need to be on the daily time frame. But that's your buy zones there. 6.2 cent all the way down to 5.4 cent. 3 to 4 orders within that area if you are looking to load up on some Vechain in the dollar pairing. Back onto the daily time frame, so we'll just get rid of all that now, get rid of that noise, get rid of all what's going on. Well, what we'll do, we'll have a look at some areas where we can look to accumulate and potentially sell just in order to get a little bit of profit. So looking at current price action, and we'll go back to the daily. what we need to do is really break above this wick. As you can see, that's where we've currently rejected. If you look at this area here, we'll mark it with a horizontal ray, bang. So you can see multiple taps here, resistance, and then it was support. And then if you look, support wick, that's close to support wick, rejection and rejection. So that's the first major area we need to get through, 6.9 cent. Once we do flip back to support, there's not much in its way up to this area of resistance at 10 cent. It's a nice psychological area where you would expect quite a substantial amount of sell orders to be at. So if you're looking for sells, once you manage buying down here, again, ladder some sell orders in, probably from, let's have a look, 7.4 cent all the way up to 10 cent. You're probably going to get quite a substantial sell off at 9.9 cents. So if you're looking to take profit, 9.9 cent is the area. And then we've got another level up here at 15.2 cent, but that's a long way off. What I'm going to try to do is do a lot more analysis on Vechain, potentially 2 to 3 times a week, just to keep you in the know. If you're invested or trading this asset, then we'll talk about the asset together, and we'll have a look at those levels that we can all use to help us grow in terms of taking profit, or even that's just loading up and accumulating as much Vechain as possible. So that's that really. It is starting to look bullish. We'll just go back to the 20 and the 50. We need to reclaim that 50, potentially get a bullish cross on the moving averages, so we need that 20 to cross through that 50, and then we'll start picking up some traction, and hopefully over the course of the next few months really start to see some gains and hit this target at 10 cent and 15 cent for some nice profit. That's that covered. Just looking at the 200, that's another level. Yeah, I think once we get to the above 200, we are definitely back in bullish territory, but that's a long way off yet. So that's that pair covered, like I say. Just before I jump into the BTC pairing, I want to have a quick talk about BlockFi. If you are not using BlockFi and wanting to get a passive income, really suggest you go and check it out. 2 options we got. It can earn up to 3.5% back in crypto on every single purchase by using that card. But this is what I'm doing here. You can earn more from your crypto by just holding it. So what you need is a BlockFi interest account, which is BIA. You can earn up to 9.25% APY. That interest, then it accrues daily, and then it's paid out monthly in Bitcoin in your account. Check out the description below. There's a link there, and if you sign up with that link and deposit, you can get up to $250 paid in Bitcoin into your account. So go and check that out. Then finally, we'll just finish with a BTC pairing, which is in a long-term downtrend like the USDT pairing. Couple of key levels that I just wanted to make you aware of is this one here. Well, it's one level, 128 Satoshis. I think there's still a good chance that you will get some orders filled down there, because if Bitcoin does start to pull back to market dominance, it is currently at 42%. If that starts pushing up to 45, 50%, altcoins in Satoshi pairs will start to take some hammer. So look down here at 128. I know it's currently at 151 and it's starting to reclaim that moving average 20. But I think there's still a good chance you can get some orders filled down at 128. And then if you're looking to sell, 177. These red levels are weekly levels, so they're ones that have quite a lot of liquidity which you should be using. So that's it really. That's analysis on Vechain today. Like I say, we're going to try and get to it more often. Remember to check that BlockFi link out, and also make sure that you are subscribed. I'll catch you later on.